There are concerns about what's going to happen in the global economy. There's risks of trade wars, there's risks of downturns, there's been a certain dampening, if you like, a dampening of demand. Secondly, a lot of the airlines of this region have had a number of huge years and huge orders, and I think we're going to see those orders work their way through those airline systems before people move on to the next generation beyond that. The other really interesting thing, though, I think to look out for in this air show is the environment and what's going to happen in the environment. There is increasing pressure for airlines to look at their emissions, so there will be pressure being put on the airframe manufacturers, on the engine manufacturers to produce more and more efficient technologies, more and more efficient systems, so that the emissions are reduced. It looks increasingly as if the aircraft will be back in the air come the new year. Once that happens, of course, Boeing will have a huge job to convince everybody that the aircraft is safe. I think it's been tested and retested so much now that it'll be the safest aircraft in the history of aviation. But I think Boeing's target for this air show is to make sure everyone knows the MAX is about to come back into play, and of course, secondly, to manage the anger and the upset of their various customers who have had aircraft parked up against a fence or held back and not being delivered, because that has had a huge impact on their schedules, a huge impact on the amount of capacity they can offer.
As it is right now, I think people are being able to find ways to extend the life of the aircraft that they have. Also for some of the larger platforms, so 747, the production of that's finally ceased. The Airbus A380 has reached a point where it's starting to plateau now. And some of the other aircraft like the 777, 787, they're starting to look at potentially finding ways to further the legs, further legs on those aircraft so they can do that bit more. So Qantas has Project Sunrise. They've recently flown from New York to Sydney and also from London to Perth. That's now an established route, and looking to do London to Sydney as well in the next couple of weeks. So that's a real proof concept for the airline manufacturers, the aircraft manufacturers, as to what they want to do and how the future of the industry looks. The aviation sector is looking to find ways to reduce the carbon footprint and improve the environmental impact of air travel, and as passenger journeys might increase, then definitely that's going to be something that becomes an issue moving forward. And things like biofuels and electric aircraft are becoming increasingly more visible. Development on those is increasing, and hopefully we'll be seeing some interesting new concepts in the near future.